All right, let's talk about something you're already using every single day, even if you don't really think about it. We're going to pull back the curtain on machine learning. And not in some, super technical, scary way. We're going to look at it for what it is, your secret partner in the digital world.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? It's a little bit weird. You're thinking about a movie and bam, there it is on your recommended list. Or you're stressing about the traffic and your phone has already found you a better way to go. It is seriously like your apps are living one step in the future.
And it's not just one app, it's everywhere. It's Netflix just happening to find that perfect show. It's Spotify building a playlist that, just gets you. It's Google Maps helping you dodge a traffic jam you haven't even hit yet. It's even LinkedIn digging up a colleague you haven't seen in a decade. So you've got to wonder, how do they do that?
Well, as much as it feels like some kind of digital wizardry, it's not magic. The real engine driving all of this is something called machine learning. This is the secret sauce that makes all our favorite apps feel so unbelievably smart.
Okay, so let's actually break that down. What is this term we hear all the time? What is this engine that's running in the background of our digital lives?
So, put simply, machine learning, or ML, is a branch of AI that's all about learning from experience. See, instead of a developer writing code for every single possibility, they feed a model just tons and tons of data, and it learns to spot patterns and make decisions all by itself. The key phrase here, the thing you really got to remember, is self-learning from data.
And to kind of picture where machine learning fits into the bigger picture, one of the best ways to think about it is like a set of those Russian nesting dolls.
So you've got artificial intelligence as the biggest doll. That's the whole idea of machines being smart. Then you open it up, and inside you've got machine learning, which is a specific way to get that intelligence by learning from data. And if you go one level deeper, you find deep learning, which is an even more advanced part of ML that's kind of inspired by the human brain. But for now, we're focused on that really powerful middle doll, machine learning.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does a machine actually learn? Well, at its core, it's all about one thing: recognizing patterns. It's really no different from how we learn that, hey, dark clouds usually mean it's going to rain. ML models just do that on a massive scale with data.
In this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the idea. When you teach a kid to ride a bike, you don't give them a textbook on physics. No, you give them a goal. Stay upright, and you let them learn from trial and error. Every time they fall, that's just a new piece of data. That's exactly how ML works. It learns from outcomes, not from some perfect set of pre-written instructions.
Now, how that learning actually happens? Well, it usually comes in two main flavors. On the left, we have supervised learning. This is basically like studying for a test with the answer key. The data is all labeled, so the machine knows what the right answer is. It's awesome for making predictions. Then, on the right, you've got unsupervised learning. This is more like being handed a giant, messy box of Legos with no instructions. The data is unlabeled, and the machine's job is to just figure it out, find the hidden patterns, and group things together on its own.
Okay, so theory's great, but let's make this totally concrete. Let's take a look at how this stuff works in an app that pretty much all of us use every single day, Google Maps.
I mean, just try to wrap your head around this number. Over 1 billion kilometers every single day. That's like traveling to the sun and back daily. All of that driving creates this unbelievable, non-stop river of data. And that data is the perfect fuel for a machine learning engine.
So how does it nail your arrival time so perfectly? Well, it's this brilliant mix of what's happening right now and what's happened before. First, it's looking at live data from all the other drivers on the road. But then it compares that to historical data. It knows that this one highway always gets jammed at 5 p.m. on a Friday. The ML model blends these two things together to predict what traffic is going to look like in the next 10, 20, 30 minutes. And here's the crazy part. It can predict a slowdown and get you off the highway before it even happens. And these models are not set in stone. They have to adapt. I mean, think about it. When the pandemic hit, traffic patterns all over the world went completely haywire overnight. So to stay accurate, Google's model changed. It started to put way more weight on recent traffic data from just the last few weeks. It's incredibly agile.
But of course, the impact of machine learning goes way, way beyond just getting us to work on time. It is fundamentally changing how whole industries operate.
Seriously, this predictive power is everywhere. In finance, it's that visible guard that flags a sketchy credit card charge in a fraction of a second. In healthcare, it's helping optimize operating rooms to free up capacity and literally save lives. On sites like Netflix and Amazon, it's personalizing everything,
down to the actual thumbnail image it thinks will make you click. And in security, well, it's the reason your phone unlocks just by looking at it. The list just goes on and on.
But you know, with any tool this powerful, you have to look at both sides of it. The promise is absolutely incredible, but there are also some pretty big challenges we have to be smart about.
On the one hand, the benefits are obvious, right? Massive boosts in efficiency, finding trends in data that no human ever could, and of course, saving money. But on the flip side, we have to talk about things like job displacement from automation. We also have to remember that a model is only as good as its data. If you train it on biased data, you're going to get biased results. It's that classic idea, garbage in, garbage out. And finally, there are some complex situations where you lose the human element. You miss the important nuance.
At the end of the day, machine learning is a tool, a really, really powerful one. It's already so deeply woven into our lives that the path forward isn't about whether we use it, but how we use it. So the real question isn't about what the technology can do, it's about us. What are we going to choose to build with it? Something to think about. Thanks for watching.